Well, hello there, Virgo. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your November 2023 Tarot reading. We'll take a look first at the overall energy with the Oracle cards, and then we'll move to the Tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or advice that Spirit has for you. And if you are enjoying the content that I create or resonating with this message, I really would appreciate it if you would consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. It really does help to get my message out to more people, and I truly appreciate all of your support. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's see what we have here. Staying focused. I love this. Hold the course. And Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide. Okay, and the buffalo there is the number 10. So there's something here where I feel like you have been focused on a certain goal or part of your life, some accomplishment, or, trying to start your own business or launching a new website, starting a new relationship, getting healthier, something. There's been a goal that you've had. But I feel like for some of you, it's been a long go, right? Because we have the 10 here. And 10s mean completion, that we are finishing out a cycle where perhaps you've had a lot of, I'm going to say this, distractions that have prevented you from focusing and staying completely on task or on track towards your goal. So this could be, you had a goal. Say you wanted to write a book and get it published. Okay. And then, you had a health crisis, you got through that. Then you had a relationship issue. Okay. You got through that. Then, writing the book is something you've been doing at night. And then suddenly, your boss tells you that you have to start working overtime. Okay. Because there's a big project at work. There's this energy where for one reason or another, okay, you haven't been able to put all your time and energy into what it is that you are really trying to create. And I feel like these obstacles have gotten you truly frustrated. In fact, the energy that I get here is that you're almost like, it's a little bit of self-criticism that you can't stay focused because this has been something that you've been working on for a long time. It could be that this is years in the making, maybe even 10 years, okay? And you're frustrated because I think what you're doing is I think you're compassionate enough to yourself to say, okay, well, first I had the health issue, then I had to do all this overtime, right? And then, whatever else has been going on. You're compassionate enough to understand that these things have been put on your path that have taken you away from what it is that you wanted to do. But here's the thing I want you to know, Virgo. It has been delayed. You are going to reach your goal. It's been delayed because the universe knew that the timing wasn't quite right. Okay. And, I can see this playing out in my own life. I can sometimes get so stubborn. I'm going to get this done. Right. And then, you get the health challenge, or my daughter had a baby, or whatever. It doesn't matter. You just keep getting these things put onto your path. And the truth of the matter is that sometimes, I've been on the path long enough to know that sometimes when we push so super hard, and we're not seeing the results that we want, it's really because the universe is trying to bring in the perfect thing for us. They know it's not quite yet time, whatever this is, So it's a little bit of just relaxing, enjoying the ride a little bit more, right? Understanding that these detours that keep coming up on your path are important. There are lessons to be garnered there, insight, wisdom that will help you when you finally do reach your goal. Everything is divinely guided. It's all timed. And when you can, just do this, Virgo, take some situation in your life where it took you a long time to accomplish something, right? And then think about all the people, all the situations on your path that brought you to your final accomplishment, right? And I'm not saying that you didn't do a lot of work, because Virgo, you're a very hard worker, but also recognizing that there were other people or doors that opened for you when you were on that path, and that all of that was divinely guided for you, right? And it's the same energy in this. I feel like right now you're having a hard time seeing it, okay? You're trying to overanalyze it. You're trying to figure out why something can't work. Because I think what you're doing is you're thinking there's something wrong with what you're working on. I don't think there's anything wrong. It's just that the universe is saying, Virgo, it's not quite time. Stay focused, keep working, okay? But it's an energy of more peace and calm, of coming to this, just knowing that it is going to work in your favor. It is going to be for your highest good. Just knowing that will help you to move through this so much faster. Yeah, this is beautiful. Okay, you do have temperance here in your advice. It is about having patience, and patience is a virtue, right? Understanding that some things may still need to leave your life. You see how that dove is taking off? Some things may still need to leave your life in order for this accomplishment to come in. And you could be kind of like holding the whole process back because you're trying to think it out. You have the thinking man here, right? Gender doesn't matter. You're trying to overanalyze it. You're trying to think your way out of this situation. This is an energy of just loving it. Yeah, you have the thinker on the bottom twice. You have the thinker twice. There is something about having strategy that goes with it staying focused. So, you know, Virgo, if you're having trouble focusing, right? Maybe there is something here about carving out the time, putting it on your calendar. This is the time that I am going to be working towards this goal, whatever that might mean. Or making smaller goals, right? That will help you to reach the bigger goal. It's an energy of go ahead and have a plan, but then get back into your heart. Get back into the love of this situation, and allow your intuition to guide you. Allow your sense of believing in yourself, believing in the divine, believing that the universe has your back. That will help this flow so much faster. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords. I think when this happens, it happens very quickly for you, but you're blocking it because you're kind of like overthinking it. I think you think, honestly, this is an energy of thinking that you're not doing something right. You are doing something right. The only thing that I would suggest is if you're having trouble focusing on it, is to carve out the time, put it on your calendar and show up, right? Trust yourself enough, trust the universe enough to just show up for this. Whatever this is. Okay, so let's take a look at your present energy. Yeah, you have status quo. I think you're stuck. You know, you may have had a lot of energy for this at one time. Now you're just kind of stuck. This is energy. They're also saying writer's block. So for some of you, you could have like started writing a book or a screenplay or a script or whatever. You started writing it, you got very far into it, and then all of a sudden you have this block. You don't know how to finish it. You don't know. Yeah, it is very much writer's block energy because I've had writer's block before, and I'm a teacher and I used to love teaching writing. And the students would get writer's block. They'd be like, you know, they could be in the middle. They can be working away and so excited about their story or whatever. And then all of a sudden it's like, whoa. What happened? This kind of came out in the Gemini energy too, where, and so if you have some Gemini in your chart, you may want to go watch that one, but the energy of, you know, like in school, you have to recite like a poem in front of the class or something like that, you know, to practice public speaking. And so you've worked really hard. You've memorized the poem. You've practiced 100 times. You even have hand gestures or whatever, right? And you're sitting in class and the teacher is just calling people randomly, okay? And, you know, to come up to the front of the room and recite their poem. And all of a sudden you hear, Virgo, it's your turn. And you're like, what? and you can't remember any of the poem, right? Has that ever happened to you? That happened to me in a piano recital once, right? It is kind of like, oh my gosh, what? And that is the energy. It's kind of like you may have had this idea in your head. You may have even started working on the idea. And then all of a sudden, you can't remember the idea. Or you can't remember the punchline to the joke, right? You can't remember how you want the story to finish. So think about it, it's writer's block. What do we do? Or what did I used to tell my students when they had writer's block? I'd be like, go take a walk in the hall, go get a drink of water, just, go just sit in the corner and doodle for a little bit. Like, get away, okay? It's not that you're kind of like leaving the project, okay? But sometimes we're so highly focused, okay, on the work right here in front of us that we lose the bigger picture. It's kind of like pulling your energy away and allowing yourself to see the bigger picture so that you're not maybe so hyper focused on what is wrong with what it is that you're working on. You're seeing the bigger picture. You're getting back into your why. And that will help you to get back into the energy of listening to the divine, right? Feeling victorious, getting back into the love of your project. I think for some of you, you are just overworked in whatever this is. You are perhaps overthinking it. For some of you, instead of scheduling time, you may be overworking. Okay, so however this relates to you, for some of you may just be burnt out. It's like, okay, pull your energy away from it. See the bigger picture. Get inspired again. Why did you start this, right? And then all of a sudden the flow will happen because look, you have flow coming back into this. This is, right, your intuition. This is divinely guided. Okay, so let's take a look at what your obstacle is. Yeah, I just feel like you feel confined by this at this time. There's something about, I think you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, thinking that this project, this is really near and dear to your heart. So Virgo, you may be overthinking this and thinking that this defines you as a person, right? Or this defines, what the next chapter will be for you. If you write that screenplay and, you put it out there into the world and then somebody comes along and buys it and becomes a blockbuster movie, right? It's almost like you're putting so much pressure on yourself because this is something that is so near and dear to you, but it's almost like confining you. And when we get that sense of being trapped, right, that is where we get the writer's block. We can't figure out. You're almost like putting too high of expectations on yourself and the success of something. And therefore you can't even, you're like just frozen. It's almost this energy of being frozen. Yeah. So the thing is getting back into this peaceful energy, right? Maybe going out and having some fun with friends, right? Just getting out there and enjoying life. And I think with the temple path here, this is also an energy of understanding that sometimes when we, lose track. I think for some of you, you may have become so hyper-focused on your project or something that you're losing touch with some connections in your life. You just don't have the time and energy for some people that maybe you used to spend a lot of time with, right? And it could be that now you're in this position where you don't have the success that you're looking for in this project, right? But you also don't have relationships, or the deep relationships that you are wanting. Yeah, it's a little bit about believing in yourself. Believing, this is on your path. You have a Hierophant. That's about belief. Believing in yourself, believing that the universe has your back. But it's also about not trying to over control the situation. Kind of a little bit of letting go. And we can let go when we say we trust ourselves, we trust the universe to bring in the best outcome for our highest good. I think you're expecting too much out of this. So you're almost like afraid to put it truly out there because then what will that mean if it doesn't go the way that you wanted it to? it means that it's leading you to something that may be even better, right? Yeah. So, okay. So let's take a look at your advice. Have patience. Please don't overthink this. Okay. Just don't overthink it. And I think that, yeah, you have the fates and then you have family. And to me, in this case, I feel like the divine is helping to bring in people that are supportive for you, either in your own family, okay, kind of like an energy of reuniting with family or reuniting with friends, people that are important to you. But I also feel like for a lot of you, this is helping you to make connections to new people, new soul tribe members. That are fated, that are on your path, that are going to help you to have this sense of flow. I think for some of you, you've been working on this and you haven't had any emotional support in this. You may not have had people in your life that are truly supporting what you're doing. And sometimes that is really hard, right? To keep on going, to continue to refuel our own inspiration and motivation. And I think that what is happening is that when you allow yourself to just get back into loving your project or job or whatever this situation is, loving it, truly getting back to loving it, understanding the why that you got into it. Suddenly you also attract in other people that are interested in your project, that help to fuel you emotionally so that you can finish it and put it out there and reap the rewards of your success. Yeah, because you have victory here. You are going to be victorious. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, things are coming back into balance. For some of you, you know, this whole situation, whatever you're working on, could have something to do with family, okay? Or I really think family. Or a romantic connection. It could have put you at odds with family members, or it could be that you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself because you want to prove something to family members, okay? So you could have had family members that aren't supportive and you're trying to prove something to them by being successful in whatever this is. You're just putting all this pressure on yourself. It's time to balance it out, right? To understand. The only thing that matters in this is how much you love what it is that you're creating. The only thing that really matters is that perhaps if this is something that you really want to do, you put it out into the world. You finish it, you launch it, you put it out into the world and you love it. And believe it or not, when you do that with love and not this sense of trying to, prove something to other people. And I'm not saying that that's always a bad motivation, right? But it's about getting back to the love of what you are creating, not necessarily who you're perhaps trying to show, balance out, prove something to, right? When you truly love what it is that you're doing, all of a sudden you see the victory in this, because when we love what we're creating, we attract in those people that will love what we are creating. Wow. And then it kind of like snowballs from there, right? We find the success that we are looking for. And it also does perhaps help you to feel victorious in, proving, if that's what you want to do, proving to people that are important to you, just, how wonderful you can create, what you can create, and the importance of what you create. Yeah, I think this is definitely a spiritual lesson because you have the temple path. The people that have been naysayers for you are actually spurring you on in some way in order to find the success that you are looking for. So it's almost like being grateful to the naysayers, right? Because I think there is some underlying I want to show them. I want to prove to them. This could be even a teacher, right? You could be like launching art or something like that. And you had an art teacher in the 3rd grade that told you can even, draw a smiley face. And it could be that inner, I'm going to prove something, I'm going to prove my worth. There is something about trying to your identity is attached to what it is that you're trying to do. Okay, who can I serve today? Yeah, that's a part of it, is instead of focusing on who you are, how this is identifying you, right? Or who you could be proving something to. Instead, focus on the love of the situation. Focus on the people that you are serving by creating this. And when you do, you're really stepping more into your heart energy, into your love flow. And when you step into your love flow, then the abundant universe will provide. Yeah. In a world lacking soul-to-soul connection, small and simple acts are what create the biggest and most lasting impact. We shift our own pain and experience an avalanche of love when we lose ourselves in the service of others. Who needs you today? Yeah, so if this is resonating with you and you're trying to launch some business or new project or artwork or something like that, there's something I feel like you're trying to create here. The key is to think about not the people, not the naysayers, right? The people that doubt you. Is about really concentrating your love for the people that are going to want what it is that you are creating. Putting your focus, your love for the people that you are serving will help you to find the success that you are wanting in this situation. Really beautiful energy there, right? That really and truly is. That's a lovely way to think about this. It's, sometimes hard because I feel like you have people in your life that are kind of naysayers. And it's okay because just put your focus, stay focused. Stay focused on who you are trying to help, to heal, to serve in this situation. All right, Virgo, I do personal readings. If you're interested, if this reading resonated with you and you'd love to have a personal reading, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. And I wish you so much love and light in this situation and all your situations. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.